so let me ask you this. What is your definition of a woman?
Yeah. Putting down the mic in between the question, that is pure art, South Park.
What is my what? What is a woman? It's a very simple question.
Well, a woman is a lady friend who, gives you kisses.
You see, you can't answer the question, but something is male or it is female. Both sides in Scripture agree to that, and that's just the truth. Next.
Another woke student totally destroyed.
Oh, jeez.
I think the whole thing is just awesome and hilarious. There's so much more I want to say about this, but the whole shtick, by the way, Comedy Central, South Park, you crushed the water. I compulsively drink water on campus. It's like, okay, boom, we got to stay hydrated. Now, the lozenges, we got to work a little. And by the way, the Holy Bible right next to it. I even said on this campus tour I was going to bring a Holy Bible with me to every single campus stop.
Boy. So we got to talk about liberals being upset, raging, fuming over the fact that Republicans, including members of the Trump administration, are refusing to be upset. They're refusing to call for the cancellation of South Park over the South Park Trump episodes where they mock the Trump administration. They make fun of Trump administration officials. They make fun of the mass deportation, the ICE raids. Yeah, I mean, they're just doing what South Park does, right? And in this video, we got to talk about the mainstream liberal media and liberal reaction to the lack of reactions that they want from the Trump administration over this South Park episode, okay? In fact, CNN was shocked to find out that Paramount and the executives are not worried about retaliation from the Trump administration, which pokes a big hole in the blue anon conspiracy theory that they have floating around on mainstream liberal networks as cope for a lot of these liberal shows being canceled, which is that these shows are being canceled because these networks are scared of Trump. They're scared of retaliation or punishment from the Trump administration, and this is why they're capitulating to the Trump administration, canceling shows like, for example, the Stephen Colbert show that was very unprofitable, right? But again, liberals are convinced, no, it's not the money, which is what made CBS cancel Stephen Colbert. No, it's because of Trump. They're bending the knee to Trump, except South Park, Comedy Central is also owned by Paramount. And again, Comedy Central is making fun of Trump in ways that are much more clever than what Stephen Colbert did, and much more viral as well, too. But yet again, Paramount does not seem to be concerned about any type of retaliation from the Trump administration, which again pokes a hole in the blue anon conspiracy theory that Paramount is doing all this in order to appease Trump.
And Trump officials are trying to show they're in on the jokes, not just the butt of them. Vance posting on X today, well, I've finally made it.
So let's get out there and get them, recruits. Together we can make it happen.
All of this creating corporate intrigue, since South Park airs on Paramount's Comedy Central, and Paramount just cut a deal with Trump. The $16 million legal settlement was widely seen as a payoff in exchange for the Trump FCC approving Paramount's merger with Skydance, though Paramount denied any connection. The merger took effect this morning, with the FCC's lone Democrat, Ana Gomez, calling it a company born in shame.
What we saw in this Paramount Skydance transaction was the company capitulated in a very cowardly manner to the demands of this administration. We need a checked power, not unchecked power, in order to maintain our democratic norms.
So Gomez telling CNN that media moguls are betraying the public's trust. You know, Paramount recently canceled big-name Trump critic Stephen Colbert's show. So what about South Park? Well, today I asked the company's new CEO, David Ellison, if South Park's scathing Trump criticism is a problem for the company. Ellison indicated, no, it's not. He praised the show's creators. He told me he's been a fan of the show for decades. And he said, quote, they are equal opportunity offenders and always have been. There is one big difference between Stephen Colbert and South Park. The Late Show was losing money for years, while South Park is, in Ellison's words, highly profitable and a huge hit on streaming. Aaron?
Yeah, so I'm not sure if I would call South Park equal opportunity offenders, considering how I don't recall any episodes over the last 4 years in which they made fun of Joe Biden and Kamala Harris the same way they made fun of Trump, Kristi, Noem, JD Vance, other Trump administration officials. And I think there was a lot more material there, right? There was a lot more material to make fun of Joe Biden and Kamala Harris than what the South Park creators did with Trump, but yet they didn't make fun of Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. Now, again, is this something to be triggered by? No. I'm just saying that when they call themselves equal opportunity offenders, as in they did this to Democrats, I don't think that's true, right? I don't think that's true at all, and that's okay, right? That's totally fine. That's totally okay. I'm just saying that Joe Biden and Kamala Harris were so much material, okay, that you had foreign shows, right? Foreign shows. Y'all remember the skits from Saudi Arabia State TV? Yeah, they were making fun of Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, right? They were making fun of Joe Biden falling asleep. Kamala Harris been a complete and total idiot. Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying they had a lot of material with Joe Biden and Kamala Harris and Democrats, but they chose not to take advantage of it, okay, for whatever reason. So I wouldn't call them equal opportunity offenders, but that's okay, right? We can take jokes, okay, which is the point of this video, because you have Trump administration officials now leaning into this, right? Kristi Noem changed her profile pic to the Ice Barbie portrayal in South Park. And I'm not gonna lie, they really went hard against Kristi Noem in that episode. I mean, they had her shooting puppies, dogs left and right. They had her makeup falling off her face falling off from the Botox. Yeah, I think at first Kristi Noem was triggered by this, right? To be honest with you. But I think she got the message, right? She got the message that, hey, let's not give these people what they want. So, yeah, she's now kind of leaning into it, which is a good thing, which I think is hilarious. And JD, he put out a tweet saying, well, I finally made it. Welcome to Mar-a-Lago, South Park, right? So, yeah, I mean, you have Trump administrations, again, leaning into this. And it's really funny because leftists are upset that Republicans, JD Vance, people like Charlie Kirk, etc., aren't boohoo whining crying, right? That we are not upset and mad with South Park for making fun of Republicans and conservatives in the Trump administration. They're really, really, really mad about this because they're saying, no, you guys are the joke, right? You're the butt of the joke. You're supposed to be upset about it. But liberals are mad that, again, conservatives are not upset about this.
So who's going to be the one to tell Charlie Kirk that we're laughing at him, not with him? Because for the last day, he's making it seem like he's in on the joke. Charlie, you are the joke.
Hey everybody, so the South Park episode is going super viral right now.
Watching you set your brain to hyperspin mega drive to try and cope with this fucking absolute annihilation of an episode of you and your entire fucking shtick is on brand. Every fucking video, you're just trying, no, I'm in on the joke, guys. Anyway, I guess just continue to cope. I don't know. This is tough to watch, Charlie.
First of all, I just want to say that it's hilarious. I really enjoyed it. I think it's great. And secondly, I just wanted to say it's so crazy that a thing that I've been doing for 13 years going on college campuses and debating kids has become so important that it gets a prominent primetime placement on Comedy Central. And I mean, I really loved it. And it's certainly not that I'm putting on a visage of I enjoyed it to save face and prevent people. This shows that I'm in on the joke and that I'm having a good time and that it didn't upset me. I mean, look at the way she puts the thing down and she's reading off her phone. I mean, what a stupid lib. Look at her dumb lib face. Okay, guys, that's the podcast.
The year is 2025. Conservatives still don't understand that you're not supposed to identify with Cartman. He's a vile, cretinous, bigoted twerp. And if you're being depicted as him, it means you are the object of mockery. You are the joke, little bro.
Charlie Kirk is Eric Cartman.
So offended that Kirk made Cartman his profile picture. I swear the left cries about everything.
That's what I read when I see the clown emoji. Yeah, man, I'm so offended by Charlie Kirk changing his profile picture to this kid. Now, why did this Charlie Kirk stan decide to write this comment? Well, because I made fun of him and said that he didn't get the joke of the South Park episode. I mean, you guys are welcome to wear Eric Cartman as a badge of honor, but the point of the character was to never just be cool. He was always supposed to be the joke. He's not supposed to be making jokes. He is the joke.
You all stole my stick!
It's honestly kind of pathetic how hard Charlie Kirk is trying to save face after this South Park episode. I mean, from making it his profile picture to making shirts now with the master debater joke, it's like he's trying so hard to save face, and it's not working, but he's trying to save face really hard. It's as if he doesn't think we understand sociology. I mean, seriously, like, we understand what you're trying to do, and you're not doing it right. I'm gonna be honest, you're not saving face here. You're doing a pretty poor job.
I love that Charlie Kirk is trying so hard to be in on the joke in this South Park episode. I don't think you understand what this is. This is not a friendly roast between friends. They are making fun of you because you are a hack, morally contemptuous loser. It's very much giving like this meme. No.
Charlie Kirk is not at all upset about the South Park episode. Not even a little bit. He thought it was so funny that he's selling this super cool master debater shirt on his website because the show's so cool and he's cool and it's so funny. He thinks South Park is so funny and he's so funny too, and he's so glad that he was in on the joke the whole time.
So Charlie Kirk is so deeply upset by the fact that South Park made fun of him last night in their new episode that he spent so much time talking about it on his new podcast. He tried to pretend like he thought it was so funny and that it was such an honor to be made fun of by South Park. He even made his new profile picture his South Park character. But the reality is they weren't just laughing with him, they were laughing at him.
The South Park is going to be doing an episode about me tonight, slaves. I mean family that I'm totally not keeping at this house against their will. They're having Cartman portray me. He's the best character. He has the best points. No, I don't think it's a red flag when Eric Cartman is portraying me. I think it's an honor. No, children, you can't stay up and watch the episode.
Charlie Kirk wouldn't know the first thing about humor if it bit him in the ass. They support and worship Donald Trump, a man so thin-skinned that he celebrates Stephen Colbert getting fired. He wants Jimmy Kimmel fired, and he wants Jimmy Fallon fired, all because they make fun of him. That's it. The Republican Party and conservatives are the least funny people in the whole fucking world. They think that when we're laughing with them, when in reality, we're laughing at them.
Yeah, so you see that, you heard that. Okay, liberals are upset, they're mad, they're pissed off that Republicans and conservative influencers like Charlie Kirk aren't mad and upset with South Park making fun of them. They're the ones that are now mad. They're pissed because Charlie Kirk is leaning into this and making fun of himself rather than getting mad and pearl clutching and boohoo-whining and crying, calling for the cancellation of South Park over some jokes. Because at this point, it's really damned if you do, damned if you don't, right? If you openly get triggered by it, okay, then they'll say, look, see, he's triggered by this. He's so mad about it. See, look at him. He's so upset, right? He's such a snowflake. If you say nothing about it, they'll say, oh, well, Charlie Kirk is silent, right? Republicans have nothing to say about what South Park said about them. But then if you come out and you embrace it and you say, well, yeah, that's kind of funny, right? Like there's some truth to what they're saying and how they're portraying my character and what I do, liberals are still gonna say that, oh, well, you're just mad and upset, right? Like, it's almost as if, again, liberals are the ones that are mad and upset because they're not getting the reaction, or conservatives, Charlie Kirk, Republicans are not giving them the reaction that they wanted. They wanted to see conservatives pearl clutching, calling for the cancellation of South Park so that they can point to conservatives and say, look, see, these are the snowflakes. They want to cancel South Park over jokes. And it's like, no. What you don't understand is that conservatives don't want to cancel jokes, right? We don't care about jokes against us. We don't get offended by comedy against us. That's not what we get offended by, right? We're not like the left. Okay, they wanted us to boohoo, whine, and cry and melt down the same way they did with Sydney Sweeney, right? These people over here pearl clutching over Sydney Sweeney talking about having great genes. Oh my God, she's promoting eugenics and white supremacy and Nazi ideology. Oh, we gotta cancel American genes. I'm so hurt. This is so harmful, right? That's the reaction that they wanted. But when they didn't get that reaction, now they're upset, now they're mad. But again, what they don't understand is that, yeah, conservatives are not trying to cancel comedy, right? We're not trying to cancel comedy. We don't care about South Park making fun of Trump or JD or Kristi Noem or, Charlie Kirk or whatever. I mean, there's some truth to what South Park is portraying, right? Now, again, I got questions about why South Park didn't do that with Democrats, but that's okay. If they want to avoid, making fun of Democrats, then, hey, that's on them. I don't like the fact they claim that they're equal opportunity offenders, okay? But regardless, if they want to make fun of conservatives, cool. But again, we're not the type of people that's going to come out here and start calling for them to be canceled or saying, the show should be taken off air because, they made fun of Trump. We so offended. Nope, we don't do that. That's what the left does. And the left is pissed that we're not acting like they do, right? Because imagine if South Park made an episode making fun of Kamala Harris as a DEI hire, right? Being hired just because she's black, okay? Portraying her as a dumb woman, right? Okay, which again would be very accurate to who she is in real life, okay? Playing off her word salads and stuff like that. If they made an episode about that, along with Joe Biden losing his mind, falling everywhere, not remembering what's going on, portraying his crackhead son, Hunter, Jill Biden running the White House, right? If they made an episode making fun of Democrats the way they made fun of Trump administration and Republicans and conservatives, these lefties, these liberals, they certainly would be calling for the show to be canceled. They certainly would be calling for the show to be taken off air, right? They would call it sexist, racist, ageist, right? They would accuse the show of being a bigoted, pro-Trump, right-wing Nazi comedy show. That is what they would be calling South Park. So, we all know how liberals would have reacted if the roles were reversed here. If they would have made fun of Democrats the same way they made fun of the Trump administration, these people would be losing their minds, right? They would be calling for the show to be taken off air. They say it's too dangerous for people to watch, right? That's what they would have said, okay? There would have been all type of think pieces in the mainstream liberal media about South Park being Nazi propaganda, right? That's what they would have said. So again, what liberals are upset about now is that they're not getting the reaction that they wanted. That the right is not acting like the left over some jokes. That is basically what they're mad about. So let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.